The BumbleKast is for entertainment purposes only. The host's comments and opinions, and those of their guests, are wholly their own and do not represent that of any other entity. Content is provided as is, with no guarantees of accuracy or timeliness. Unauthorized redistribution or editing of the BumbleKast in whole or in part is strictly prohibited.
It's a BumbleKast Mini, sponsored by Allison S.
Allison has a few questions to start us off. A donor to the restoration just saw Pitch Perfect and they decided they'll give them money if they put on an a cappella show. How does everyone do?
In terms of getting together to make a production, reasonably well, I think.
Yeah.
Between Landlin and Jewel, they should organize, and I'm sure they're going to not be hurting for volunteers. In terms of presentation, your mileage may vary.
I'm guessing since Jewel and Lanolin are running the show, they would not be participating.
Probably didn't intend to, no.
Didn't intend to. Does Eggman show up?
No, let's keep it simple.
Oh, fine. Oh, fine. If the Sonic characters watched the Lego movie, would they get the joke about the sitcom, Honey, Where Are My Pants?
I'm not sure I get the reference.
Well, I mean, it's like, what is that a reference to?
Oh, because they don't wear pants.
Oh, that's the right. Okay.
Well, they also live alongside humans who wear pants. So, yes, I think they understand the concept of pants.
They just don't wear them because screw you, pants. They suck. Nobody likes pants. Hold for laughter. Darla Dimple from Cats Don't Dance has arrived in the Preboot Archie universe. What happens to the devilish child?
Whatever happens, I'm sure it'll be big and loud.
Wow, Cats Don't Dance. That's a thing I haven't even thought about since I was a child.
I imagine her being just absolutely obnoxious, and Sonic finally decides, he's going to say something to her, and that's when she screams, Max! And you hear the thunderous footfalls, and Max just appears in the great forest, clearing the tree line at his elbows, and just looms over an oddhole. Yes, Miss Dimple.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. Maybe she ends up taking over the Eggman Empire.
There you go. And this is Allison's last question, and it's for both of us. What are your favorite songs from the Disney Renaissance? There are no wrong answers, unless, of course, you hate Go the Distance.
I don't hate it. It's just kind of okay for me. Prefer the Michael Bolton version rather than the in-film version. But
yeah. And
are we really counting Hercules as part of the Disney Renaissance?
The very tail end of it, I guess.
It's when it certainly tapers off.
It's like when, that's toward the end.
Sorry, I vehemently dislike the Hercules movie. But that's neither here nor there. Kind of spoiled for choice because there is a lot of excellent, excellent songs.
Be Prepared. I love Be Prepared.
That's a fun villain song.
It's a very good villain song. Pretty much every song from Aladdin is legendary.
Yeah. A Whole New World, especially, though, is just an incredible ballad, along with the title track of Beauty and the Beast, Tale as Old as Time, whatever its official title is.
Yeah.
A Part of Your World.
Under the Sea.
That's a banger.
Uh-huh.
Poor Unfortunate Souls, if we're going to be talking about
songs. Oh, man. I Just Can't Wait to Be King.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Lion King's another movie with banger after banger. Like Aladdin. Like Hakuna Matata. Like you can't go wrong with really any of them. They're so good. All right, let's go ahead and get into some standard questions, sponsored by Allison. This one is from Stacy H. A kind of random one, but what do you think the Sonic character's favorite animated movies would be?
Oh, shoot. There are so many animated movies.
And now we just got on a Disney mindset. So now it's going to be hard to get out of that. I feel like Eggman's is like the first half of Megamind. Hates the last half where he turns good. Ruined it all.
I'm honestly kind of spoiled for choice here. animated film, there's so many.
Yeah.
And are we talking like exclusively like Disney type stuff, or are we going into like any form of animated movie, like any of the Ghibli films? Are we like, who watches Akira? Like,
Shadow?
Amy would love Your Name. Cries every time.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm projecting or anything.
No, of course not. Tails and Wall-E? Maybe.
Maybe.
Or Spider-Verse. That's either one. Whose favorite animated anything is Homestar Runner?
Bean. Finally, something that talks to me. And I can talk right back.
Oh, no. Let's see. I would say SBO's is the TMNT movie, but that's not animated. The original, at least.
There is an animated
There
one.
is an animated one, but would he like that one? Or would he be like, no, the original's better?
Maybe Knuckles would like Hercules. Story of a dude just wanting to prove himself and punch stuff. Yeah,
He can relate to that. Yeah. Come on. He's Knuckles. He does. Let's see. Hunchback.
My personal bias is clouding some judgment here.
You don't like Hunchback either?
I appreciate what it attempted to do.
It's a bit dark.
But it's not dark enough.
But also, yeah, also not dark enough. Yeah, it's a...
It goes halfway in so many directions. It's like, commit to it, you know?
Either
be adult animation or be Disney.
Yeah, it doesn't... It rides the line, but it doesn't ride it very well. Tangle just likes Moana for the You're Welcome song. She just goes around singing that all the time. You're welcome. You're welcome. What can I say except you're welcome? Or Tangled. A little irony on that one. What a coincidence.
I could see Tangle enjoying Moana's adventurous spirit and travel more than Tangled's.
Yeah. Who likes Mulan?
Amy, Knuckles. Actually, that's kind of a general favorite.
Blaze.
Yep.
What about Shrek? Vector.
Only because Charmy made him watch it like 10 times in a row, and now it's ingrained in his memory.
But Shrek 2 is legitimately a great movie.
Oh, it is, absolutely.
It's a story of his life, to be fair. You'd think Vector would love it for that. Maybe it hits a little close to home.
Yeah, I left my swamp, but you don't see me living in no castle.
Whose favorite movie is South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut? Probably none of them. Oh, maybe Scourge. Scourge loves South Park. Or Surge. I don't know. Oh, well. I think that's more than enough. This one's from The Fastest Hedgehog. Masahiro Sakurai personally asked you to write a Smash Brothers movie. Who's in it? Where's Ash Ketchum? Most importantly, does Kirby save the world of Nintendo?
Well, of course he does.
He has to.
We gotta be on brand.
He does. He has to. It's Sakurai. If Kirby doesn't save the world, is it truly a Sakurai project? I don't think so.
I think you need at least the original roster in there.
I think in terms of characters to follow, yeah.
And then you can lightly touch upon their worlds and themes and extended cast as they travel to defeat whatever original threat there is.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's time and budget, throw in cameos from everything else, maybe for the big climactic battle. But that's already a pretty large ensemble cast to start with.
Yeah.
So
here's one from Peter M. What if someone made a film set in our world about a true story regarding the making of a Sonic piece of media? What story behind the scenes do you think would be film worthy? It feels like that worldwide launch of Sonic 2 is largely the most interesting and the most chronicled part of Sega and Sonic's history.
Yeah, or that, or Sonic Adventure and the launch of the Dreamcast.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I feel like Sonic 06 might be a little too fraught to go into.
Yeah, that, and for this kind of thing, you want to have some kind of positive message coming out of it.
Yeah.
Even though the Dreamcast eventually died off, it was still an impressive piece of hardware, and it did launch the modern Sonic brand. There's a lot of positive messaging to had there.
And it was
Sonic
successful,
06,
yeah. The Dreamcast was successful. Not nearly successful enough to overcome insurmountable odds, but, it did well in its time.
And it's still a fantastic system.
Yeah.
And, Sonic 06, love it, hate it, or however you feel about it, it does have a stigma about it. So
Yes. All right. This one is from Lord Van Oscaro. If Disney were to do a Knights movie, should it be 3D or traditional 2D animation?
Traditional 2D animation, I will die on that hill.
I mean, it would probably be 3D animated assisted, though, to be fair.
Yeah, probably.
Like most 2D animated films have been for the last 25 years, 30 years.
Painted cells and hand-drawn key art.
Yeah.
Just imagine the spectacle it all. I mean, you could maybe roll it back to the original Knights designs, so it's a little less complicated, but man.
It would be beautiful, though. That would be amazing. And we got one from Franco A. What's your opinion about the Sonic Cinematic Universe? Do you think it could be as long as the MCU? God, I hope not.
I enjoy it as something that I can consume as a Sonic fan. I'm not tied to the cinematic universe at all. I haven't done anything with it. I don't know what's coming out for it necessarily. And so being able to just consume Sonic media as a fan is rather refreshing, because it's been a long time since I've been able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And they go in directions that I would not have thought of. And that's refreshing too. They're doing their own thing, and that's neat. I do hope that they take lessons from the MCU and not overextend themselves, not bloat it with a bajillion spin-offs and make things so interconnected that you don't want to get engaged. I have to watch 2 TV shows and 3 movies to understand this film? No, thank you.
Yeah, I really just kind of hope it doesn't overstay its welcome. They're talking about 4th and 5th movie potentially, and I'm just like, okay. I mean, that's fine, but I'm like, I don't know. I guess I'm from the era where like having one movie for something was amazing.
Yeah, we've long since passed that, Kyle.
Yeah, I know. They're gonna drive it into the ground, and I'm just like, how? And then they're gonna be like introducing characters in the end credit scene, and then we have to wait another few years for them to actually make the movie before we actually see the character. And it's like, it's all just it's become a marketing machine, and I'm tired, Ian. I'm so tired.
Hey, Sonic's been rolling for 30 years, man. Now it's just another branch of it.
I know. All right, we got one last question. It's from Gareth S. Does IDW or / Game Knuckles agree with his movie counterpart that the groin is the best tactical place to attack?
That's not how I would particularly write it, but who knows, really?
I mean, why not? Depends if they're human or not.
I prefer not to think about that too particularly hard myself.
Well, then let's not, and let's get out of here.
Thank you to Allison S. for sponsoring this BumbleKast Mini and sponsoring some standard questions. If you'd like a BumbleKast Mini of your own or to sponsor other people's questions, head over to patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, or become a YouTube member. Be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and we will see you next time on the BumbleKast.